Hi there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're hearing the tick-tock, at least I'm hearing the tick-tock of my clock in my library here. I hope that everyone is doing well. It has been a fun week. I was explaining to some people, and especially with Scars Publications, I was getting submissions sent to me, and I was amongst the first people that lost power in Austin, and one of the last 1% of people to get power back. So while it was sub-freezing temperatures, we were camping downstairs. You'd think heat rises and you should be upstairs, but heat from the ground was coming up to the first floor from the dirt. But by the time it was rising to the second floor, it was too cold to actually do any good. So we were camping. It was fun. Anywho, but in light of all of this, we haven't been worrying about our oldest cat, Zach, whom we've had since July of '93. Not '93, '03. 3 years after we got married. He was born right around June 1st, so this June he'd be 18 years old. He has lost his sight. He's gone blind within the past year. He navigates his way around, but he has been eating less and less. And as of late, especially in the last week while we were camping and couldn't do anything, he was being sick everywhere, throwing up, pooing everywhere. and John finally looked at things to think, do we have to worry about putting him down? No, not you, Minx. I hear you over there. Because he was looking for when it is a good time to humanely, when is a humane reason to put a cat down, and he's probably met the criteria for well over 6 months, and I haven't thought about it, and John has, and so we called the doctor, and we're going to have a consultation tomorrow, and I have no idea what's going to happen to him, but we have had this heavy weight sitting over us, knowing that a cat that we've had for 17 and a half years we might have to let go of, because he's just been so sick that if he hangs out with us, he's doing things like, I'm going to ram my forehead into you because I'm just in that much pain, and I know that you're there and it makes me feel better, and we don't know if we're keeping him alive because we think that he's happy, or are we just putting him through more pain? I have no idea. But it makes me very, very sad. So I've been very downtrodden since noon, and thinking about this today, and picking him up and bringing him to a room with tiles so that he won't crap or throw up on carpeting. Good times. But anyway, which, for anybody who looks at my Facebook page, that would be why I took a photo of me with Zach and put that up as my Facebook profile picture right now. Just because it seemed the thing to do, I guess. But this is reading time, and, you know, us host-type characters are supposed to suck it up. And just be there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to this bonus edition, book reading edition of the Cafe Gallery. Normally on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night that started at 7 o'clock. I would read things from Scars Publications books for people at the beginning of the open mic at the cafe, and then at Gallery Cabaret when it was taken over in 2012 it was 2012 on, beginning of 2012. If poets didn't show up on time and I knew that the open mic had to end by then, I would sometimes start by reading things just to get things going until there was enough people for a sign-up list. So I'm going to read just 2 poems, count them 2, from what a perfectly appropriate cover from the September to December 2020 issue anthology from Scars Publications of cc&d magazine that is titled Roll the Bones. Roll the Bones doesn't imply physical, actual bones, but I had to use this video still from a Rwandan memorial as a cover. I just had to, after seeing it on Long Way Round with Ewan McGregor and his friend Charlie as they motorcycled around the world. So, how oddly appropriate that I'll go cover like this for this as I'm talking. This is a book called Roll the Bones from cc&d magazine from Scars Publications. If you want to know anything about Scars, you can go to Scars, SCARS.tv. I'm sure you cannot read it on the back cover here, but it's there, Scars.tv. Or if you want to know anything about it, you can find me on Facebook and ask, and I'd be happy to share. I was going to read two poems. They are emotional pieces, as far as I can remember, but not necessarily depressing pieces. They are pieces that relate to things that were written at different times of the year, and they are the closing pieces I have from the Zero Sum of Talking Heads section of this book. Roll the bones. Roll the bones. This first one I wanted to share with you in here, which is one of the last two from this section of the book, is called Khrushchev, and it was written on the anniversary of the September 13th, 1953 date. Nikita Khrushchev was appointed the General Secretary of the Communist Party in the Soviet Union. Brace yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a poem called Khrushchev. During the Cold War, Elton John released an album and single, Nikita. Oh, Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. Counting 10 soldiers in a row. When they released a video for this song, Nikita was depicted as a blonde woman, East German border guard with short hair. Perhaps they forgot Nikita is a male name for Nikita Khrushchev, the communist during the Cold War's restart. The video makers must have thought that a woman would catch more eyes in their video, even if Elton John disagreed. Just after the recent death of Benito Mussolini, and from fascist Führer, the death of Adolf Hitler, the left needed a new leader on their slippery slope from socialism, because National Socialism became the Nazi line, to communism. And as we turn the pages of the history books of destruction, we see the details of the years of the struggle each leader went through in order to achieve their power. This is no different for communism. Look back at recent leaders in Russian history and tell me I'm wrong. It starts with leaders naming towns after themselves, but as it always turns to expanding their spaces so that they can feel they rule over more and more mindless masses. And no, it may not have been Khrushchev who heard Reagan proudly proclaim to tear down that wall, but as they struggle to power and dominance, they all do the same things to try to put the people in their place. So, I don't care if you're an actress playing a border guard, or if your end goal is to rule a submissive nation. Our response is the same, Nikita. Stop trying to rule over us. We don't like your song and dance, and we have the strength to make it on our own. That poem is called Nikita, and I have to share this with everybody from the book. In the issue and in the book, there are photos of the Berlin Wall 1 and 2, photography from John Yatko. I have to show them from different cameras. I don't know how you guys can see them, but there are cool shots, and I'm probably blocking light so you can't even see them. I have no idea. But thank you, John Yatko, for the photos. They're cool. I like them, and thank you for sharing them. And